Gary Rich Reviews. How are you all doing? Today I am privileged to talk about a premiere that was on last night in America on HBO, Having Dinner with Herve. Is that right? That sounds about right to me. Anyway, what a movie this is. Great movie. Starring Jamie Dornan and Peter Dinklage and Andy Garcia. Right, let's talk about the actors first. So, Jamie Dornan, I first saw him in The Fall, which was a serial killer set in Ireland. I think it was Belfast, actually, where he was a serial killer. Excellent TV series. I know it's sold all over the world. He then went on to make millions, making movies about paint, which I never went to see. Something about 50 Shades of Grey. To be honest with you, I don't want to sit and watch 2 hours of somebody talking about how he can paint a room 50 different colours. That isn't my cup of tea. The fact that they made 3 of them is unbelievable. And he is now a registered Hollywood superstar, and he really is good in this film. He plays a reporter. He goes to America to interview one of the top playwrights, and then he gets involved with another little job which he has to talk to an actor played by Peter Dinklage called Herve. Now, this little actor was the man with the golden gun, Knickknack, and he goes and has dinner with him, and I can tell you that he starts telling him his life story of how he was brought up in France and how he got the part of breaking into an agent's office, and then it goes on. And this man was obsessed with sex, and you'll see a lot of sex in this. He may be only small, but he certainly had a life. And I'm going to be honest with you, this is one of the most touching films I've seen for a long time. The 2 main characters, Peter and Jamie, are just fantastic in this. The 2 performances are on the money. Editing wise, fantastic. Photography, everything. I'm going to be honest with you, HBO, who made this, who I class as the hierarchy of networks, although Netflix have given them a good run for their money, I think they made a mistake with this movie, and I'll tell you why. Because I honestly believe this should have been released in cinemas. That's how good this is. The fact that it was premiered last night, and then you'll be able to watch it tonight on Sky Atlantic, it will be on at 9 o'clock in the UK, is an unmissable film. It's an hour and 46 minutes, and I didn't want it to stop. Andy Garcia, who I always love. I like Andy Garcia. I don't know what he was doing in the new Mamma Mia. It's probably called A Paycheck. But he plays the character that was in charge of Fantasy Island, because that was the next part he got, Herve, and that made him a lot of money. But unfortunately, although he was small, he certainly had an attitude, and the attitude ended up costing him a lot of money. He got married later in life, and it was a bit of a scam, and you'll see all that. I don't want to go into great details about the film, but basically it's a very tragic life, and it's an interesting one because I knew nothing about it at all, and I mean nothing about it. The main characters, it comes at the end, it tells you where they were and what happens at the end. It tells you all about what they're doing today. This is a must-watch TV moment. If you're going to call it a TV moment, you're going to have to because it's HBO, then do not miss this. I'm going to give it 8 out of 10, and I promise you, you will not be disappointed if you watch this film. Everything. I can talk about it for a long time. The soundtrack is fantastic. Everything, locations, the money that's been spent, costumes, everything is on the money. Supporting cast, which I haven't even mentioned. There's so many actors at your spot. This is a really, really good film, and I loved it. The 2 main characters, for me, the actor Peter Dinklage from Games of Thrones, wow. I mean, this guy, I don't care about his size, wow, wow. And Jamie, wow, he's back to form. Not making films where he's tied up. Right, anyway. Now, before I go, I have to say a thank you, because I reviewed a film which was an Indonesian film, the night that something, anyway, it was my last review, and it's got over 1,000 hits. 1,000 hits. Now, that's my first time. So, the reason it got 1,000 hits is because I got abuse from Indonesia that this was an Indonesian film, and I kept calling it a Hong Kong film. So let me put the record straight. The film is about the triads in Hong Kong. Now, one person did say, do we all look alike? Now, can I just say something? I've been working on ships 28 years, and I work with Filipinos, Indonesians, everybody. No, you don't all look alike. And but I do understand that you would get angry because it's an Indonesian action movie. either way, the film is a must-see movie, and it's on my last review. And to all my Indonesian friends, I love the movie. It's the best action movie of the year. Congratulations. And I apologise if I kept saying it's a Chinese film. Anyway, also before I go, I have watched all 6 episodes of The Informer. And for me, the twist at the end of The Informer is one of the best twists that I've seen for a long time. I watch a lot of stuff and I had no clue where that was going. I knew there was something coming, but I didn't get it where it was. Do not miss that. If you get it in America, it's called The Informer, and it is a must-see moment. But going back to this film, wow. Do not miss this movie. Thank you for once again. Subscribe, comment. If you do watch it tonight, let me know what you think of it, and I'll see you all soon. Take care.